Interesting billboard over there. Wonder what it says. NBA 2K21 free on Game Pass. Okay, interesting. Buy Mamba edition of 2K21. Get next gen for free. I don't care about that. I'm on 2K20 for a reason. But anyway, the reason this video got brought up is because I was running with a friend of mine that y'all gonna see later in the gameplay in this video. I was just getting on 2K20 to go have some fun, because we all know next gen 2K21, neither current gen 2K21 isn't fun. So I went back to 2K20 to go have some fun. The conversation got brought up how the community, us as a whole, really underappreciated 2K20. And today, I'm gonna be making a case for why NBA 2K20 is one of the most underrated 2Ks of all times. Please be sure to drop a like, comment, subscribe, share your insight. We're on the road to 2,000 subscribers, trying to hit 2K by 2K22. Anyways, let's get right into this banger, man. We get into the positive sides of 2K20, we must first address the negatives and why people considered this the worst 2K of all time at the time. I remember people will argue this game was worse than 2K18 in its prime. I think it's became a trendy thing for the community to do that every year. Bash a game while it's out, but the next year they actually give it the proper appreciation that it deserves. But before this game had a horrible launch. Let's call a spade a spade. Besides 2K21 next gen, this launch was the worst launch of all time. You had people's rep bars freezing. Same exact neighborhood. Ronnie just capping about a lot of things in general. It hurt the community. Like, the trust that we had between us and the devs was broken. Quite frankly, if we're gonna be honest, that trust that was there once before was finally broken, and Ronnie became one of the most hated figures in the 2K community. Hashtag fix 2K was trending, and behind it, hashtag fire Ronnie 2K was also trending because of the horrible launch of 2K20. Here goes an example.
Neighborhood, but you guys can think whatever you want.
That infuriated the community. But we also have more examples of Ronnie capping about 2K20. Let's roll the clips, because Ronnie, you got caught in 4K, my guy.
Requested feature of all, mascot wars are coming to the game.
People are talking about lowering VC prices. Remember, guys, that Cash and I talked about this earlier. You can respec all your builds. So, like, if you don't want to build 17 my players, you don't have to. You can respec them. So that'll save you VC.
Bro, like, I don't know what clip is that first one is from, but look at the look on her face.
Mascot
like, she went from yay
to the game.
That doesn't sound right. But back to the video, like that. Like, the lying compilation, like, a lot of those lies were spread about 2K20 and a lot of misinformation. Like I said earlier, when people saw that the neighborhood was the same, it infuriated people. And a lot of my friends, that's what turned them off from playing it. Is, if the visuals look the same, then why do I need to play? If the gameplay gonna be the same, I might as well play 19, which the gameplay wasn't different. They misjudged the game by that. But now let's get into the positives of the game. They brought the rep system back. I feel like that's what 2K19's biggest issue was, is that they had Road to 99. They actually brought the park rep system back to 2K20, and boy was it refreshing. The rep rewards still wasn't hated yet, because some of these rewards, like the backpack, the custom shirts, like the backpack at SS2, that's a cool little reward in my opinion, because that was the first time they ever implemented that into the game. The penthouse at Elite 1, Elite 2, you get that The panels were nice too, not gonna lie, but the shirts. But most people just promoted themselves. But the shirts was nice. Elite 3, the suits. Because remember in 2K19, the mascots appeared smaller. The mascot issue was fixed. Legend VIP was toxic, but man, if it was fun, but it wasn't fun for content creators that didn't play with Legends. But that's one positive, is that the OG rep system came back to the game of park rep, and the community loved that, because you shouldn't be getting park rep and rep rewards for park for playing my career, in my opinion. The next thing that we loved about this game, that we hate about both 2K21 current and next gen, everybody had a different play style. Look at all these different builds that I had and was considering creating. I had even more builds that I had to delete because I no longer used and wanted to create space to create new builds just to have fun with. Man, I regret not grinding Legend on this game. Looking back at all these, man. Looking at this, I regret not grinding Legend, bro. I should have went for that Legend grind. Get it together, Dimes. Back to the video. Yeah. The build variety is something that the community took for granted. Like, people complain about builds being able to shoot, but I felt like that brought a sense of variety to the game. And you also had to have skill to be a good shooter if you didn't know how to shoot. But yeah, that's a big thing for me. Like, having to be able to play multiple play styles. Like 2K19, for the most part, post pushing, it was variety, because before pushing you just ran a stretch, a lock, and a glass cleaner, and that was that. But post patch, build variety came. But 2K20 had some of the best build variety. ISO players were satisfied, screen users were satisfied. I would say 2K20 was that perfect mix of casualness and simulation style of play. Like, everybody says they want a sim game, and a lot of people say they want a casual game. I feel like this game, the casuals and the hardcore players were both satisfied, because, like I say, shooting was kind of easier, I should say. But if you had a build with a low 3 ball, you knew it took skill to shoot with it, like a two-way slasher playmaker. I knew a lot of two-way slasher playmakers who were 50. I ain't gonna lie, I knew a lot of them. But in my opinion, it brought a different style of play out of everybody. Another big thing that people bring up is invalid lineups and to counter that. But I feel like everything had a counter. Like, y'all may hate me for saying this, but even the hop step, as OP as it was, the counter was to upgrade your interior defense and be in position to stop the hop step. It's all about positioning and interior defense. That was the big thing for me with that. But the build variety, the rep system returning, overall gameplay in general, like, just was so smooth. It's just the problems like visuals being the same part. Let's call it what it is. Like, if Ronnie told the truth, like, hey, our visual team didn't have time to, get a new part, blah blah blah, and I feel like the community would have been upset with Ronnie, like, oh, y'all had a whole year to make a new part. Well, you mean not enough time? But I feel like the community would have looked at it differently if Ronnie, and if the game launch wasn't so bad. I feel like this would have been looked at as a top 3 2K of all time. Because in my opinion, gameplay wise, it is. But you can't look past Ronnie capping. In my opinion, when you think of this game, you can't look past him capping about features. And you can't look past the neighborhood being the same, in my opinion. Like, I try to tell people, oh, just look at the bright side of it. But for a lot of people, they can't do that. But if you look at 2K20 from a different lens, I feel like the community as a whole took it for granted. And now it will go down as one of the most unappreciated, underrated 2Ks of all time. Because a lot of people are going to say 2K19 is when the game fell off. But they just don't look at 2K20 from a fair lens because of Ronnie 2K. Which, if you actually get on this game, you're not going to see a bunch of play shots and paint beasts. You're going to see BP builds. You're going to see some... You will see some play shots. You'll see some two-way slashing playmakers, two-way, three-level facilitators, inside bigs, outside bigs, rebounding wings running the big, blue-red small forwards running the big. Like, you got options on this game, man. And we took those options for granted as a community. The build variety is a big thing for me because, like I said, I'm a YouTuber. I make build videos now, but I feel like if everybody's playing the same, because I went from a more entertainment standpoint in 2K20. So if everybody's playing the same, how can it be entertaining if the gameplay is predictable? I think that's what made the entertainment better in 2K20 is you didn't know who you was matching up against from a game-to-game basis, and you always had to be on your P's and Q's. That was the big thing for me. Like, this lock build that I'm on now, a rare build. And another positive is the introduction of pie charts, going from a single archetype system to a stricken dual archetype system to now pie charts. Pie charts were pretty cool, if we being honest, because with pie charts, me and you could have the same build and just have a different play style with it. Like, I could be a red-green point guard. You could be a red-green point guard. Like, my red-green point guard can dribble and finish. Yours could be a strict shooting and playing defense. It's like you had more creative freedom in how you wanted to make your build. Not as much as next gen, but it was a lot to it. And that's also a good thing about the build variety. Like, you could be a play shot that ISO. I'm just using this as an example. You could be a play shot that ISO. And I could be a play shot that runs screens. That was another good thing about the game. Like, if I had a certain build, it wasn't like, oh, I know this person's gonna do that. It wasn't none of that. Because the game had balance. This game had a perfect balance of everything. Like I said, the perfect mix. Like Paint Beast, like this dude that I'm running with, he's not a blue-red. He's not a pure red. He's a yellow-red. Like, Facilitating Finisher was another popular name. You just could have get it so many different ways. Because, and that's what I'm saying, like, you kind of had to play up to their play style, not based off of a build name. Like, 2K20, 19, you knew play shot. Oh, you know how they gonna play. Paint Beast, you know how they gonna play, etc., etc. I just feel like we underappreciated this game at the time. I just hope this video shed light and help you want to appreciate 2K20 now. Please be sure to like, comment, subscribe, share the video, and I'm out. Peace.